Black also joined the game. Dingus, the return of Zell, is here tonight for our Thursday night. It's going to be a great show. My man Vic is going to be with me shortly, and we'll be bringing the action live for you. Also, we have some updated news on our veterans fundraiser, which is going to happen. We are going to have a free roll for that, for any active duty or veterans around in our nation. Anyone's welcome to join and play and have some fun poker. Our goal that night is to basically, any veteran or active member that come walking in, it's going to be on us. It's going to be a free roll. There's the voice. The voice is joining me live tonight. And we just want you guys to have a good time and say thank you for your service and what you do and what you've provided for us. And then we will have a fundraiser during that time, Vic, and you might be, I mean, I would love to have the voice on with me that night too.
Oh, I'd love it. Yeah.
But yeah, so we're also going to rotate probably some of the veterans that come in that day. Let them sit in on the live stream too and talk about. But any donation that you give that day, 100% of it on our YouTube channel will be going to a charity. Those charities are TAPS and Triple S. Just to go over those real quick, TAPS is a tragedy assistance program for survivors, provides comfort, care, and resources to all those grieving the death of a military loved one. Triple S is a foundation, raises awareness on social isolation and its health implications, advocate for public policy to address this ailment, and channel direct investment in the community organizations that work with the most vulnerable groups affected by this reality. So really good stuff, exciting news. I believe the Wizard has a little basically a promo sheet for it tonight on the live stream.
He's got a graphic for it.
Yeah,
for us.
And starting next week, I'm going to be going out of the town, going up to Monroe, going up the downriver, going to Toledo for companies. If you are a company or you work for an employer that knows that they would like to donate money to this free roll for our veterans to play for, please get a hold of us at the Reserve. You can also get a hold of myself or Vic on our social media. We're on Facebook. It's very easy to find us. Or I have Instagram. Do you have Instagram?
I don't. I don't.
Okay, but we're both on Facebook.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And I'm usually pretty easy to find.
Yes, that is a true story. And yeah, find any live band going on in the Toledo area, and usually Vic's in the crowd too. Yeah. So we're going to be doing that tonight.
We are.
Yeah.
We're going to go to Wesley's tonight for that open jam. I got out here a little early last night. I ran down to Bowling Green to Howard's Club and got to hear Mark Michael play, and he has agreed to come into the live stream here in a couple months when he's not busy on a Tuesday night. So I'm really looking forward to that, as well as Johnny Rodriguez. I don't know if you've heard of Johnny Rodriguez, but
look at the action right now. We got Mr. Black with the 10-8 suited. You know, he wanted to play that. And Danielson, by the way, we call him Danielson. He's been trained by Mr. Miyagi in the best arts of dealing, one of our best dealers. Picks up ace king first hand, raises at the 40. And look at this action flop right off the bat.
Wow.
Top two pair versus gut shot to Broadway and the flush draw.
$100 bet, an immediate call.
Another ace for a boat.
Look at the look on Mr. Black's face.
And luckily for him, he whiffs.
Yep. All you have to do is sneeze at this, Danielson, and it's your pot. So the fold is coming quickly.
But wow, what an action flop right off the bat. $452 in the middle.
With Paul at the helm.
Yeah, Paul's known to do that. And there's the chip count, just to starting off this live stream. Obviously, that got changed a little bit.
Yep.
Looks like Mr. Black came in for 1,000. He's down to 860. Danielson was in for, looks like around 600. He's probably up to 710, roughly. So, little movement early. I also word that Shimmy and Rhino are on their way. Like I said, we had a couple last-minute cancellations, which normally doesn't happen. So we had to shift around. Mr. Wizard made some magic happen, and we got our game going. And it's, like I said, once you get Rhino and Shimmy added to the mix with these players, good to see Zell back on the live stream.
Yeah, welcome back, Zell. Yeah, we've got 3 new players for us tonight, and I was the little delay here helped me spend time interviewing these guys. All 3 of them are from Fort Wayne.
That's a drive.
Yeah, they typically play at the Elks Charity Room, and which is just open a few nights a week.
Oh, Popeye, by the way.
Yeah.
Is he one of the new gentlemen, I'm assuming?
Right
Popeye?
there, Popeye right there.
Popeye with top pair with a flush draw. Daniel with just ace high.
Popeye said he hopefully his wife is watching. Shout out to his wife. Asked them a little bit about some of the things that they've done with their time playing poker outside of the Elks charity. Mr. Jacobs there in seat 2, alias Todd, says he really likes PLO, and pretty much that's all he plays anymore. He did go out WSOP and entered in a $1,500 buy-in and wound up 11th place in a WSOP. That is a run. That's a great run. He's got 3 boys that are watching here tonight, and he's the CFO for a public foundation that raises money. I mentioned our Down for the Ride, and he said that would be very typical of what his organization would help raise funds for. They put together grants and that type of thing. So, and these 3 guys have been playing together for probably 6 or 7 years, they think.
Love it.
So Mr. Jacobs, right now we got
the 6-3 suited, the Mafia. 3-6 Mafia suited. We got 10-7 suited. Ace King from Popeye.
Popeye's gonna raise that up, and Mr. Jacobs, with plenty of knowledge about how Popeye plays, is going to come in and see this flop with his 10-7 of diamonds.
And wow, what a flop for
boy.
Mr. Jacobs. Top pair with diamonds.
It's a dream come true when you got 10-7 of diamonds.
Yeah, Popeye has 2 overs.
Mr. Jacobs checked it. Popeye bets 50. And he's going to fold that quickly.
Oh, yeah.
Going to fold that quickly.
Nothing like flopping top pair with a flush draw. The diamonds are hot tonight.
Yeah.
Mr. Black flopping a flush draw with his diamonds.
You got Armando watching.
Oh, and
shout out to Armando.
Oh, by the way, did you just see Mr. Black putting on the shades, switching it up, going a little GQ?
Black in the dark.
The wife's at home probably enjoying that.
And our good friend Terry Schaefer's watching. Terry, how you doing, buddy?
Oh, Mr. Buy My Books.
So glad. Well, he's a master photographer now.
I just saw a couple of his photos on social media.
Amazing. And my wife's not on Facebook anymore, but she enjoys when I do screenshots of his pictures because they're just, Terry, she can't get enough of your pictures, so keep posting them.
Danielson's going to take down that pot with his Jack 10 of clubs. On to the next one. You know, these guys are fiending for the 4 card. Like I said, if you're new to poker, this is our round-by-round game.
Like in our normal
1 round of Texas Hold'em. 1 round of PLO all night long.
Popeye there, he's also played in MSPT events, and he's cashed in the last 2 that he's played in. He was 49th and 101st in a couple of the last 2 that he played. So he plays those MSPT. He plays tournaments. Their third buddy here, Richie Rich, is only cash. I wouldn't be surprised if he's got a T-shirt or a hat or a bumper sticker that says only cash. He doesn't like tournament play at all. But anyway, he's here to play. He's going to do a shout-out to Hillary, his wife, and a shout-out to Elena, his daughter. And he's hoping that they're watching tonight.
I love when I get family and friends supporting the players in the live stream. We got 4 players to the flop. Mr. Black has
round
a
by
mystery
round,
hand.
so we got a PLO hand coming in here.
And right now,
looks like Dingus
is it's top pair with his king. Like I said, Mr. Black does have a mystery hand, and Zell's not afraid to get him in there with his open-ended straight draw.
Like a dance studio, but they're only open for like another. I think it's a little strip club.
No, the music you hear is from the dance studio next door. Not a club.
Yeah, they'll be down.
Dingus keeps leaving the seat after every hit. I'm not sure where he's going. Looks like he's got glitter on his
Mr.
face.
Black with his mystery hand keeping us in suspense.
And he's betting it. Put $60 out there. Zell still looking at a gut shot.
He did pick up a flush draw on the turn.
Oh, there you go. Yep.
So he's got a little bit of both, double dipping. And there's the flush for Zell.
Yeah.
But
There's
like I
a
said,
pair out
Mr.
there
Black
with an ace.
does have a mystery hand. That
Yep.
might be a money card for him if he's got a full house.
Could be if he's got ace 6.
Maybe pocket 4s. I mean, when you put those shades on, you're already mysterious as it is.
Yeah, looks like raising chips.
He's definitely playing like he has a boat.
Betting 100. The bet is 100. He's going to raise that up, make it 300, and Zell folds. So, yep, the mystery hand from Mr. Black. We'll have to grill him later and see if we can find out what he had there. Might have had a pocket full of nothing.
Yeah, but 655 coming his way. Nice pop by Mr. Black.
Yeah.
I told him I'd only be calling him Mr. Black out of respect. Capitalized.
But we very much enjoy having our 3 new players here come over there from Fort Wayne. Sounds like they've got a lot of buddies over there that they play with, and anybody out there that wants to play in these live streams, we do Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday night live streams here. Tuesday night we had 2-5-10, No Limit Hold'em, lots of action, particularly the last hand.
Heard about that.
Yeah, that went really well Tuesday night in terms of the action. And then I was in here with Jamal. We had a great time. He had a really nice jacket on, looking sharp. He's raising the bar like you do on the what to wear here. But if you want to be in the live stream, as you can see, T-shirt, collared shirt, sunglasses, hat, whatever you want to wear, hoodie. No, except just got to be clothed. But anyway, let us know if you want to play. Call here, talk to Marissa. She's the one that handles the schedule.
Glad Vic went over that because I was going to guess the
Yeah.
latter, Vic.
Right. Shane's watching. Shane was in here playing the tournament last night. We had a $100 freeze out, and we had 4 full tables here last night for that freeze out.
Shane had a nice run.
Yeah. And I see that the picture last night for the winner was Singh, and
Yes.
then Singh wound up with the Mud Maid.
Where are you guys from?
Yeah, he got a little swag.
What was the story on that? Was that?
I didn't know how that happened, but I saw the
don't-
picture myself. So he got a little swag
Yeah.
out of it. So that's max value for Singh. Congratulations.
Yeah.
There's someone. Like, who more people's hands?
Was it chip count
What's
update?
his name that played at Dennis's that came up here and played on the 2-5?
Normally does, but they don't have enough
Usually
time.
1 or 2 maybe, but not.
Yeah, not
Brady?
So we got about $7,000 total on the table here.
Who plays at Dennis's that
And
came
this is a
over and
2-5 game, our Thursday night 2-5 round by round.
Played on a 2-5 stream, I think. That's right, Joe.
Daniel Son.
Now
let's go
Dingus,
over to
that's a
Dingus.
pretty nice hand here from Dingus.
25 to go.
Ace, King, Queen,
And
3.
Zell's gonna
couple
pick up-
of clubs.
25. Call.
That's going to move to $25 via Dingus, and Zell's going to call that. Richie Rich now with kings.
Yeah, as spades go along with it. Nice 6-4. You get a little bit of everything.
He's going to raise that up to 110. So a 3-bet here from Richie Rich. Yeah.
Well, got 375.
Definitely think when you're at position. And look at this. Zell's all in for 375. Here comes Richie. On
So
his
this-
button with the suited kings.
This is all pre-flop action.
Jack high board. Zell does have clubs. Oh, but there's the flush. Okay. And there we go. I said clubs, but actually spades. Richie with
Spades for
the
Richie
spades,
Rich.
Yeah.
Going to take
Gets
that
the
down.
flush. Richie Rich. Getting richer. And there it is. Our 10,000 guarantee. Salute to the service free roll tournament. $0 buy-in for any active member in our service, or if you're a veteran, 25K in starting stacks, 20-minute levels, late entry until the start of level 9, $100 re-entry, feature and final table will be live streamed. Thank you for your service, boys. Open only the veterans or currently serving servicemen and women. Once again, there's our address, 5105 Glendale Avenue, Toledo, Ohio. I am really excited for this event. I love doing stuff like this. I'll be hitting the streets, going up to businesses. Like I said, if you got a business that you know like supporting their troops, get a hold of us.
I'll take 1 minute.
We'll be showing that ad throughout the live stream and for every live stream in the near future. Take a lot of pride in that. Giving back to those who have already given so much to you.
Yeah, what a great event. Marge says, hey, Vic and Dom, Gramps and I are watching tonight. Always nice to listen to you guys. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
We got
Grandma,
3 players
appreciate
going
it.
to the flop here with a king, queen, 4, couple of diamonds.
Really? This is like the slowest game ever.
Should come to our place.
Nothing too much. Dingus does have the mystery hand, though.
Check.
Charity Casino in Fort Wayne. Elks.
8 of clubs.
We got a couple of
Why do I keep saying clubs? 8 of spades on the turn.
Oh, yeah.
I must want clubs tonight, apparently.
Quarter.
Doesn't change much for at least the 2 hands that we can see.
I think the one girl's name is Bree.
Oh, yeah.
Dingus bets 25. He's going to take it down.
Yeah, he's got it. He got it.
Just a little pop, but they add up in the long run.
We're gonna switch it. Thanks, dude. What's the next time? 25? Oh, I didn't. I just put the 8. He did have the 8, like king 7. Yeah, 25.
Turn.
That's Jacob, young man that's learning the ropes back there with the wizard, trying to be a young wizard. He was at the helm on Tuesday night, and he's in there learning more from the wizard.
So he's like a wizard in training.
He's a wizard in training. He is.
Just like,
Yep.
should we nickname him then like Harry Potter?
Could be.
Yeah, we'll just call him Harry Potter.
Last night when the setup said
Negative?
He
Okay.
is.
So there can only be one wizard, really.
Yeah. I guess we'll stick with Jacob for now,
Yeah, we'll go with Jacob.
a.k.a. Glenn's son.
Yeah, so like,
That's Glenn's son?
Yep.
Them apologizing
Yep.
kills me more than any suck out. Like, you can
Love
watch
it.
Like, just don't apologize.
Glenn, who's been a local player for years.
Call the quarter.
I've seen him have success in tournaments and cash games.
Full Monty.
Yeah.
Well,
I've been playing poker with, or attempting to play poker with Glenn for over 20 years.
Yeah, Glenn is a true gentleman.
Derek says, wish I lived closer. I'd love to come up and bust them up at Fort Wayne Fish. So apparently he knows, he's
That
familiar
D-Rock-
with,
D-Rock with the run good. And
yeah.
here's a king 4 ace, couple of clubs.
Oh, Popeye.
And they aren't spades. I've said clubs twice today.
Popeye
No
with
spades.
3 kings.
Yeah, and then Dingus with the queen high flush draw.
Pots, it's 170.
Action flop here.
Fold.
I think he's going to get away with that. Get out of there. He had 5s and a couple of clubs.
Wow.
Like I said, we got a lot of players from out of town playing tonight. You might see a couple folds early on just to kind of get a feel for the table. See how they're playing. Knowledge is power in this game. Richie Rich up to 2K already.
Derek says he wishes he knew those guys. And Derek, we wish we could have gotten a hold of you earlier, because actually we do. We're waiting for a couple more players to come in. We had last-minute cancellations. Things happen like that in this game, and so we do have some seats open. And Derek, would have been great to have you here on the live stream. Let us know when you're going to make it up, buddy. Or get a hold of those guys in Fort Wayne and try to come up at the same time.
Well, if Derek comes, then you know you're getting Terry Dale here, and he'll probably have a Snickers bar just to watch. That's what usually happens if Derek's around.
Now we've got Sir Eddie at the helm dealing.
I knew Derek would probably enjoy that one.
C2 spread the cards.
There's no
The legend of Wiltdale.
Spread your cards.
Over the Mr. Jacobs with pocket queens,
Yeah,
the
those
6-5
are
suited.
cards on the board.
He's going to
So
come
then you
along.
can get 'em back into read.
Richie Rich lets it go over the Daniel.
10 makes it 50. 10. 2
And Dingus making it 50 on his button. As you're seeing early on, players playing the position.
Daniel steps out of the way.
3 players to the flop. Wow. And look at that.
Popeye hits that pretty hard. Dingus, pretty good flop for what he's got.
Yeah, 2 pair with a straight draw, has a flush draw. Popeye, though, holding pretty much the whole deck of clubs.
Yeah,
Jacobs with an overpair, does have a gut shot. He's going to let it go.
we're already looking at 9 clubs there.
Over the Dan. Dan's just looking through his chip stack, waiting to strike on the next hand. And there's an 8. Giving Dingus the straight. Huge card because it also gives Popeye 2 pair with the nut flush draw. So I don't think either player is going anywhere.
That's 150.
If you're in Popeye's position right now, even if he has a straight, that's a great payoff card if you hit your flush or boat on the river. And there it is, full house on the river, just like that. Runner 8s, Vic.
Wow.
Popeye takes the lead.
See what he does here. We're not used to Popeye's play. Neither is Dingus.
670.
I kind of feel like he calls pot $670. Kind of feel like Dingus can get away with this once the board pairs. Dingus does play a lot of Omaha. He says he doesn't know that Popeye's got the 8 of clubs, but he was kind of hoping for the 8 of clubs.
Now that would have been a cooler if they were flip-flopped.
Yeah.
Full house to a straight flush. We've seen it on here before.
Yes,
though.
we have.
Definitely see some crazy hands. Brian Miller says, why is this guy named Popeye? What's the joke there? It's probably just his nickname.
That's just a nickname. They've been watching the live stream for quite a while, and they knew that they could choose their own handles. They asked that Mr. Jacobs used his handle that way, and his name is Brady, but he says no, he's going to go by Popeye, but I did not delve into that. Maybe we can find out later.
Now the key, Vic, is as long as he didn't give himself that nickname. And look at that, our 40K Black Chip Bounty Tournament Saturday, May 27th at noon. $340 buy-in, 40K starting stack, 30-minute levels, late entry until the start of level 9, $100 bounties. This Saturday at 6 o'clock, we got a $60 satellite also. If you want to try to get max value on that, get in a 40K for just $60. I think if you can get into 40K guarantee for only 60, you can get a lot of times your money.
Yeah.
I don't know how many times right now. I'm not that good at math in my head, Vic, but I'm telling you what, I got to think 40K guarantee. You're looking at about, what, 10,000 for first? You think?
Probably
Around 10K for first.
But a lot of that guarantee has got the
it's a
bounties built into it. So you've got $100 bounties. But still, I mean, that's one heck of a
payout for one day.
value proposition, right?
Well, I'll tell you what, if you get first place with the bounties, if you get first place, I bet you're around 10K, including the bounties. Unless you're that guy. We've
Hey,
all seen that guy.
Look who joined us.
Oh, my goodness. We have a local celebrity.
Yeah.
Steve DeLuise is in the building, folks. If you want an action player, this man is action.
Scuba Steve.
He will also take our job over at the table doing play-by-play
Yes.
of the hand.
He does it all. He does it all.
No, Steve's a really nice guy. Great character in the poker room. And both players hitting a pair on the flop. King on the turn. I'll say Mr. Jacobs has to feel a little bit better about his jack, seeing a second king out there. Probably putting Steve on a draw, most likely.
Well, if you if you've played with Steve and you know Steve, you not necessarily put him on the draw because you're not sure what you can put him on.
His range is wide open.
Wide open. And
You see certain players like comparable with Steve Vick. I would say maybe like Rhino, Shimmy.
yeah,
You know, players that are just wide open spaces. Garrett every other hour. 'Cause
Yeah.
I still say Garrett is the most bipolar poker player I think we have in there. 1 hour he plays super loose, then the next hour he kind of plays tight aggressive, then he goes super loose again, which I like that about Garrett. He switches it up throughout the live stream. One of my favorite players when we get on here. Garrett's a great guy, and he's very entertaining to watch. But you just see him in hour phases, I swear.
yeah.
Garrett goes every other hour.
Smoke is watching. Chris?
He had a nice run in the tournament. He got unlucky late in the tournament, but he had a
Last
nice
night?
run. Yeah, in our 3K guarantee. We had about 4 full tables, so we went over that 3K. That's turned into a great night. $100 buy-in freeze out. We usually get about 4 tables, 4 full tables.
This hand, that hand.
Definitely come up on a Wednesday at 6 p.m. If you can, 5:45, so we know how many tables we need to open up.
Yes. Yeah.
That always helps.
That always helps.
Mr. Black here with Ace Queen.
Mr. Jacobs with the moose. Looks like he's liking to come along with his position.
Yeah, we do have a couple new players. You've seen a few more mystery hands than we normally have, guys. That'll improve throughout the live stream. Players got to get used to putting their cards in the box. Give them a little shimmy. No pun intended. We might be seeing shimmy tonight on the live stream.
We very well might.
Jack 7-7. Mr. Black coming out with ace high. I like it. Looks like he's going to take it down.
Good read there, Mr. Black.
The sunglasses are working, Mr. Black. Keep it professional, buddy. Keep it professional. Kind of has like a 1992 Diesel vibe going on from the WWF. Had to give that because Mr. Black always does an old wrestling reference. It's not just me in here, so hopefully when he watches this, he'll appreciate that.
Wife started instantly texting me like, "Hey, can you?"
That was when he
Does
was.
that include the backwards hat? Is that part of that look as well?
Yeah, I mean Diesel did that too. So yeah, maybe he's just going for a mini Diesel. Shawn Michaels' bodyguard turned into the champion.
That I left. Period.
Turned into the outsiders.
We need to get more people for the table.
Pretty fun.
Yeah, she didn't like that excuse.
YouTube chat blowing up. Glad to see
Yeah.
you guys on there.
They're having a good time there.
On Saturday for
And
On that
Daniel
chat.
raising it up with a suited king up to 35. Mr. Black with ace jack suited is going to say hello.
yeah.
Richie Rich says nah. We got heads up action. I said you've seen Danielson and Mr. Black on the live stream, and look at Danielson flopping
Again.
the nut flush draw. Mr. Black with top pair. These two have a destiny with each other tonight, apparently.
I think so. I think we need the abacus here to count how many times these two wind up going heads up. This is a second time at least.
And there's a king that give Dan more outs, and he's going to check check. And 2 pair, a better 2 pair for Mr. Black.
Mr.
hitting
Black.
his Jack. See if Dan makes a stab. Looks like he's pretty good off this one, easy. Just a flesh wound. Mr. Black taking it down. Has just under a $200 profit. Yeah, Mr. Black up to 1,400. He's about 400 ahead. Richie Rich and Popeye just right around that 2K mark. Bless you, sir, by the way.
Thank you. Kept meaning to bring up the fact that we've got Carpet Spectrum up there on the screen, and our good friend Anthony Lamb over there, head of sales, with the owner being David Joseph, and they're just basically around the corner from us, and they've done a lot of work here for us in the Reserve Poker Room, Toledo, Ohio.
Yeah.
They've done a fantastic job. Carpet Spectrum, home of all your flooring and floor care needs.
Richie Rich is bumping it up with the 5-4. Love to see the range.
Yeah, good range
Love
there.
to see the range. He's opening it up. Danielson on the button with his king-queen offsuit. He's going to keep him honest. He's definitely in the lead pre-flop.
Open-ended now.
And
for
now if you're Richie Rich, yeah, continuation bet might work here. You got an open-ended straight draw.
And a rainbow.
You appreciate him until he cracks you.
I still appreciate it.
Yeah.
Okay, Dan's going to let it go. Nothing much there to get excited about on a 9-high board with king-queen.
I'm just here for lively conversation.
Nice play by Richie Rich.
Any resemblance of poker. And
James Barlow is watching. James was in here playing the tournament last night, or was it 2 nights ago?
Fold, back to hold 'em.
How do you fold? You got 4 cards, you can't miss.
The guy sitting next to me last time I played.
That's your problem, Todd.
No, last time I played the round by round, he's like, "How are you not playing that?" It's like, I got pocket kings with double suits. It's like, no, I'm good.
Robert Constable says, great job. Guys doing puppy training for a while, he says, so I can't wait to get back in the action. AKA MGM Bob.
Hey, appreciate that, Bob. MGM Bob is the man.
It's never just 10. Somebody
Can't wait to see him back in the room. Definitely one of the guys that makes me smile when I come to work.
Hey, put Joe on the phone on the thing real quick. 2 makes it 35.
We always like those guys that come in the poker room and you just know it's going to be a fun day.
That's right.
You know, MGM Bob's one of those guys.
Right.
Can always have a nice conversation with him when I'm dealing too in our big tournaments. He's always in the big tournaments. That man loves big prize pools.
3-bet from Richie Rich up to $100 now, and Mr. Jacobs comes along with his queen 7 and hits his queen. But 2 spades there for Richie Rich.
Yeah, action top pair versus nut flush draw. And Mr. Jacobs disguising his top pair there. Almost each player is in reverse roles. Richie
Right.
Rich acting like he's got top pair. Mr. Jacobs acting like he's on a draw. And by the way, he picks up a gut shot straight draw with that 5 of clubs.
He's going to check it over to Richie Rich.
Not tonight.
325.
Tell you what, first impression wise, I like the way Richie Rich plays.
Yeah.
Because whether he has it or he doesn't, he plays the same.
Relevant to this game. Nah, I think it was Hold'em. Omaha is just dangerous.
I said, Mr. Jacobs has to like that 5. He's going to come along. 3 of diamonds.
No help. Mr. Jacobs' queen is still in the lead. They're going to go check, check.
So it's 20.
And the pot's going to go to Mr. Jacobs here with his queen.
That's the thing that I heard online. Oh, yesterday?
But Carpet Spectrum, family owned for 18 years, supplying and installing floor covering ranging from carpet, luxury, vinyl planking, hardwood, ceramics, and laminate.
I'm going to take the
Carpet Spectrum is home to one of the largest remnant rooms in Toledo and surrounding area. Come in and mention that you saw our ad on the Reserve Poker Club live stream and receive 20% off your next order. That's huge. And like I said, Anthony Land, head of sales, owner David Joseph, and they're right around the corner from us at 1855 South Reynolds Road, Toledo, Ohio.
Absolutely. Calling 325 with like pennies behind it. Didn't do it, Jim.
Somebody did it.
Well, you know I haven't had a game.
What we'd see there was classic. Todd.
Oh,
You were right.
I picked up a gutter.
the wizard just let us know that the Carpet Spectrum is moving to Maumee
You know how hard it is to flop a pair?
sometime soon.
In my case, really hard. But I can flop.
So we got a little
tricks
pause
all the
here in the
time
action
next
while
game.
we take care of a card that's acting up.
Yeah.
These cards have chips in them.
Oh, we have Fin Fan, one of our regulars
Not a whole lot going up there.
in the YouTube. Fin Fan giving a little play-by-play of the last bet, what he thinks. Love it, Fin Fan. Thought I would see him in here today.
No stress.
Sorry, I ruined it. no point in straddling it. Somebody makes it $40.
All right,
every
so
time.
here's some. I'll get to this in a minute. Let's go back to the action, but we're going to talk about Mr. Terry Schaefer in Florida.
Dan pumping it up to 15 with his king queen. I've noticed Dan. I think that's the third time he's gotten king queen today. He hasn't seen much with it, so I think he's due. I know at least 2 times. And yeah, a nice little C bet here.
Got shot for Daniel. Steve lets it go. Didn't have much in common with that flop.
Dan takes it down.
Terry Schaefer says, I'll be seeing you all next month. I'll be in Toledo for a few days, the 3rd week of June. Terry, let's talk about that, buddy, because we'd love to have, I would at least love to have a Terry Schaefer appreciation night here.
The whole night?
The whole night.
Wow.
The whole night.
Vic's going big. Go big or go home.
I'm going big. I miss Terry, man. And certainly a
Definitely
crowd.
got him on the live stream.
Yeah, absolutely. A crowd favorite up here in Toledo, Ohio. So let's get together on that.
Yeah, Terry, let us know. We'll definitely try to get you on our live stream that week that you're in town.
I'll browbeat the wizard until we come up with some kind of program for you.
We'll even put your aliases by my books. Cheap plug. There you go, buddy. And there's Richie Rich with ace queen, bumping it up. Let's make it 50. Couple of folds from Danielson and Popeye.
You want something? You want to rebate?
All right, heads up, Mr. Jacobs and Richie Rich.
And Mr. Jacobs flops the best of it with bottom pair. Not sure if he knows it yet.
Richie Rich keeping the pressure on.
And he's not buying it. He's coming along. Mr. Jacobs hitting 2 pair on the turn. He's throwing out some rope.
I was thinking it was you that was giving me a hard time about folding all my Omaha hands.
Yeah, it probably was when I was sitting here.
Okay.
Either here or there.
Richie Rich drawn to a gut shot straight draw. Needs a 2 on the river.
Yeah, no, I was sitting here. But you would have won a bunch of shit too.
Oh, I would have won a fortune.
And there's a 10 of diamonds. Let's see what Mr. He's checking it again.
Yeah, got to slow
Like
that.
he knows he's an action player.
Yeah. He's either letting out some rope or he doesn't like the 3rd diamond.
He did it the first time, and Richie Rich had a nice check on the river to save him some money when he had top pair. He misses flush draw. Let's see what he does this time. Both these players have about the same stack, just $100 difference.
Well, because the problem is I'm never planning on playing.
And there he
And
goes.
the friggin' ATM is $800 limit.
Richie Rich is what he says. And that's the thing with PLO has that impact. When you say pot,
Is it?
you know,
I didn't even
this seems
look
to have a
at
little
the
bit
indicator,
more of a bite to it than calling out a bet number or something like that. You call out pot and you get people's attention.
Yeah, I think he did
That's
that
my
on hold, and I
my
think he did
impression.
that on Hold'em because he's just in the PLO mode.
Yeah.
When he said pot, maybe he was just like, you know what? Okay, here we go. we're doing it. I don't care if I have 4 or 2 cards. I just want to bet pot.
Yeah, we got round by round going here tonight,
I don't
folks.
get, charged by my
2-5,
bank, so they pay me
and
back
sure enough,
whatever the ATM fee is.
Richie Rich was still in PLO mode when he said pot. Trying to get that dramatic effect.
Yeah.
Thing is, 10 Jack could certainly be in Richie Rich's. Well, Richie Rich we've seen so far has a pretty big range, but he's got bottom 2 pair here, Mr. Jacobs. Got to decide whether he's going to call $500 or not. It looks like he's about to toss it in,
There
and he
he
makes
is.
the call. Wow. Shows the 2 pair.
Yeah, I could tell you back.
$1,700 pot right there.
Yeah, that's our biggest pot of the night so far, I believe.
Really nice. I'll tell you what, these 2 gentlemen are providing action just between themselves. Tell you what, Mr. Jacobs and Richie Rich going back and forth. It's about the 2nd hand in the last 6. We've seen it. 1,700 in the middle.
Yeah.
said that's
Mr. Jacobs.
said hold on to Steve's card. 50.
And you ask for a rebate.
Coming out with a vengeance.
Otherwise, we're gonna pull. But you asked for the rebate. Alright, that's sure. And go for height.
How do we go about getting chips?
Tell me.
Yeah, let Andy know.
What you need? I think 1,000 is 4. Yep. Now we're on Omaha, guys. $10 button strip.
So they play this in.
Yeah, we'll be in the same.
Back to PLO.
4 card.
Four
Here we
card.
go. Mr. Black with his professional sunglasses on. Massaging the cards. Yep, give him a good little massage, Mr. Black. The button straddle. Mr. Jacobs is going to call. Danielson. The Ace, King, Queen, 8. Rainbow. Going to make the call.
10 calls. And check.
Dingus coming along with an interesting hand. All diamonds.
2 checks.
Nobody has them, though.
No.
Everyone says, give me the diamonds. Nobody has them.
10 checks. 20 checks.
Free card. A rare thing to see in PLO. 4-handed. Queen of clubs.
That
On the
puts,
turn.
that puts Daniel in the lead now with his. And now Daniel's got 2 pair.
Checks. 6 checks. 9 checks.
There's a. Is there a
Everybody
Jack King out there? No, there isn't.
Nope.
There's straight.
Top
so
2
2
looks
pair.
good.
Cheaper than any hand to hold them in play.
Danielson.
Takes
Taking
down
it
a
down.
pot, kind of a quiet pot, but still takes it down.
Never
I
be
said,
too safe.
they all add up. It only takes a spark to get a fire going.
Me? Yeah, you.
Terry Dale's watching, and Bob Comiskey says, Don, be sure you have a large spoon
With a pair of 10.
for Terry.
Maybe.
He knows what I'm talking about.
Is he talking about buy my books, Terry, I'm assuming?
I don't know, he might be talking about Terry Dale. One of them is spoon friendly. I'm not sure which one.
Yeah, I'll have to ask him if that's for buy my books, Terry, or Wilt Dale, Terry.
We good?
You haven't got anything to use them for yet?
I won one hand. I took $2.
The number's always going up.
The dance studio's doing the finale, grand finale.
Buy 5 of them for me. All right.
I hit a good turn card.
Here, suit it on Roger.
You beg.
I don't do this shit. They gotta wait for snap call. I get money, you get money. That's how it works.
Ah,
I'm
Schaefer.
gonna see if the bribing.
Oh, you want me to do it?
Fuck it.
Fair
I
enough.
had enough tension on the line. I was afraid if I.
I've been around. I know what it is. I get money, they get money. In that order.
That's better than most of the things Eddie has to do for his money.
Right.
4 votes.
6 makes it 30. 7 votes.
Another rainbow there for Daniel in his hand.
Dingus looking down at Ace, King, 8, 4.
30, huh?
The 30.
$30 to call, and he makes a call.
Before you even look at your card, put it in the box.
Okay.
Even if you're not gonna play it, it's better.
Some instructions from
10 calls.
the wizard, just making sure we've got the chips in the card and chip reader in front of him in the rectangle. Got to make sure you get the cards into that rectangle for at least a couple seconds so we can get the computer to read them.
6 checks.
It's a prop card.
Dingus hits the biggest part of this with his king. If Daniel could play all 4 of his cards, he'd have a straight right now.
2 pairs.
We need a turn and a ribbon.
See how that works, Eddie? Buddy?
I'll take the rebate for the prop card.
Mr. Jacobs up to 2,500, Vic, early.
Yeah,
Already up 1,000 from his initial buy-in. We've been going for about, what, 40 minutes? 45 minutes?
Yeah, we got a little bit of a later start here yet.
It was like, it was a 4 of diamonds. I had the 5 of diamonds. I'm over them all.
This evening, folks, but
I'm not gonna tell you.
so they'll be taking a lunch break, dinner break sometime around 9 o'clock versus typically around 8:15.
Don't you have an interview during that time?
And I do. I've got our featured artist of the week coming in is Peter Kachenko, just an amazing musician here in Toledo. Great guy, music teacher, music writer, and music producer. Plays with just about everybody. He could play 7 nights a week if he wanted to, because everyone else will play with Peter.
Rick, I'm not just saying that. Don't mean to cut you off, but with that name that you said, I believe it already. Before I even hear his music, that's a musician name right there.
That is. That is. Yeah, that's right. That's right. Or a Russian villain. Yeah. No, you'll meet Peter. You know, he's not the Russian villain type, but yeah.
Oh, so they got one caddy.
I love it. He's going to love it.
Pick, we haven't even gotten our first beer in our system yet.
Not yet. Joe's watching, Kurt's watching, Brent's watching. Everybody, thank you very much for joining in, in particular if you're watching on YouTube. Please go and subscribe. We're inching our way closer to 2,000 subscriptions and subscribers, and we greatly appreciate that. It helps us.
Got to keep climbing.
Yep. And we got a PLO hand going here with a raise to $30 from Popeye, who has been a little quiet, but now.
One thing I'm seeing with Richie Rich is he does not like to fold his button, and I don't blame him.
Yeah. So Popeye's going to hit the best of this very mediocre board here. Rainbow, 10-7 deuce. He's got the 10 in his hand. Jack 10. Dingus taking a look at his cards. He's going to get out of there. Over to Mr. Black. He does have a 7, but he's going to let that go. And all diamonds there for Richie Rich in his hand, so he's getting out of the way.
Yeah, the one thing about PLO, like I said, Popeye is a similarity to Shimmy. When Shimmy had that good night just a couple weeks ago, I talked poker with him a little bit afterward. Like I said, I made no bones about it. I met him at a young age. I used to battle him in tournaments. We kind of grew up in the same area playing poker together. Now seeing his success on the live stream, I'm very happy for him. Ask him, what are some of the things that you really have adjusted to? And I actually mentioned that I noticed that he's really playing his button a lot more aggressive, especially in PLO.
Yeah.
And that's definitely, I think, one of the things he admitted to. And it's really helped his game. When you're noticing your position at the cutoff in the button and you're playing those hands with more aggression, seeing more flops and whatnot through a whole night, I really think that tends to lean in your advantage. Most of the experienced players know that. That's a basic rule and thumb. But if you're watching the live stream and you're new to PLO and you're trying to learn how to play and get some basic strategy down, that is definitely one of, if you talk to any experienced poker player that plays at least 2-5 or above, that's one of the basic rules when you're in the cutoff. When you're on the button, you definitely want to play those a little bit more aggressive, or at least even call a little bit more looser.
Yeah.
And take advantage of that position. We got 4 players going to the flop now. Ace 8-5 rainbow flop. Nothing too much for either player.
No.
I mean, right here, you are seeing, though, Mr. Black with a nice hand. He has a pair with a wrap. Big drawing hand for him. Steve does have ace-king. But he even said he's not a huge Omaha player. Loves to play the Hold'em side. He will play some Omaha, though. He'll dabble. But yeah, don't be surprised if you see Steve maybe folding a couple times when he's in a coin flip situation on the Omaha. He openly admitted to it when he sat down. He's probably going to just pick his moments on Omaha. It's kind of crazy because in Hold'em he has such a wide range.
Yeah, he does.
And you would almost think Omaha would be right up his alley. He gets 4 cards instead of 2.
Right. Right.
But he's definitely one of our tournament players that we can see make deep runs in our tournaments at the reserve.
On a regular basis, he does. Yeah. Yeah.
How do you reach into my wallet? If you have top set, you get a top set.
And he's fun to have at the table.
He didn't have top set.
Yeah, Brent, what's up? We're doing fine here tonight. We got our 2-5
He must have told
round by round game going.
No, I didn't have top set.
Got a couple of open seats, but we do have a couple players on the way. Fill
Yeah, I
this
was
out
too worried
soon.
about this.
Dollar Bill,
Straight.
how you
Keep it
doing out there,
careful.
Dollar?
I've
Haven't
done
seen
that
you in a
million
while.
Times. You just knock them out of the box. So.
Brent and Dollar Bill in the house.
Yeah, fellow Bears fan.
This is perfect.
Brent had a nice run on our Saturday night live stream. Believe
Yeah, I
he, believe
saw
he
that.
bought in for around 400 or 500, and I think he cashed out for over 12. So yeah, more than doubled his money.
10 cons. 1 cons. 2 cons. Forward. Check.
I definitely think Miss Jackson stole the show. A lot of people were talking about Miss Jackson. We
Miss
got 4
Jackson.
players to the flop here, all clubs. Mr. Jacobs flopping the queen high flush.
Never check.
Also has a gut shot to the straight flush. And he's going to lock it up.
He's going to lock it up with the flush.
And nobody has 2 pair. Nobody has a set.
2 bets 50.
He's going to try to juice it up here. Yeah, unfortunately for him, there's not a lot out there to call. But Mr. Black is not a believer.
No, he's
He
going to look
says,
this
"Hey,
up.
You're new to the table. I'm going to keep you honest." Another 4 hits.
1 check. 2 check. Queen high flush. Queen high flush.
Yeah, and if some players are wondering why Mr. Jacobs did not bet that hand, a lot of times in PLO also, if you put your player, the way he plays the hand, he's probably either has a hand that he's not going to call with, or with a paired board right there, you're only getting called by a hand that beats you, or a higher flush. A lot of times you'll see that
Queen high?
in PLO.
Yeah, like kings, 5, 4, 6,
We're switching up the dealers here. We got Adam
I
coming
had the
in.
ace of clubs, but I didn't have any other clubs.
Eddie is heading out. We'll see him again soon. And here's our main event satellite,
Oh,
Saturday, June 3rd, 1 p.m.
Just pull a dingus and call blind something.
That's this Saturday.
June 3rd.
Oh, June 3rd. Oh, the main satellite. I thought for a second that was the satellite for the 40K.
Surprise
Right.
card, just like that, how you call them?
You don't want to get scared.
I have my bonus hand.
Yeah, that's what a bonus
So
is.
many satellites. We got a 40K guarantee. We got our veterans coming up. We got the WSOP. A lot going on at the reserve. Weekly tournaments are getting great results also.
Well, let me see what we got over here, just in case.
Like I said, I'm really happy to see that Wednesday tournament really start taking off.
Mr. Jacobs lets that go. Ace King with the moose.
Also, if you like playing with any of the staff that you see on the live stream or behind here, it's not uncommon to see either it seems like everyone switches once every 4 weeks. You know, you get to play. Vic will be 1 week, I'll be 1 week.
Yeah.
Daniel, who you're seeing at the live stream, who deals, he'll be playing 1 week. Everyone likes that $100 freeze out on our Wednesdays.
Yeah, Jamal played it last night.
Yep, Jamal was in there.
I was kind of hoping to play it, but I wasn't on the list. You know, I wound up dealing for a while.
Yeah, Jack,
Which is just
3,
fine.
King, all hearts.
Yeah, the mystery hand from Daniel.
And Daniel's son reaching for chips makes it 45. I don't see a lot here from the other players that really call this, Vic.
No.
Now, we can always be surprised. Yeah, looks like he's going to take that pot down. $60 profit coming the Daniel son's way.
I'm telling them, I'm like, fuck. Well, if they got a flush, I'm kind of fucked, but. Normally, when you flop top set, you don't also let flop bottom.
I don't think it's
And all hard.
We don't bet it anyway, do we?
You're gonna find out.
I don't think it's gonna come up for me the way the cards have been coming.
Gotta have more faith, Steve.
Yeah, come on, Steve.
Need one out.
And I have my prop card, so I just had to shut it down, you know?
Oh, Brian says you two are great together in the booth. Well, thank you, Brian.
Thanks, Brian.
It's easy when I'm with the voice.
I still had, what, 5 outs?
Vic Vic is the real OG of this live stream. He's been here since he's a day oneer on this live stream when it first started out.
An OG.
I came in January. I was late to the party.
You can't restraddle.
No, it's just a
It's
race.
just a race of 20.
Oh, it's always fun when I get to call a game with Vic. And like I said, and now Vic's talked me in there. I'm going out for beers with Vic and seeing live music tonight in the Toledo area. So
Yeah.
that's why I wore I got a little flavor shirt, you know.
That's going to fit right in.
There we go.
Wow, we got 5-handed here now.
I like it. I like it. 5 players to the flop. Live at the reserve. 8, deuce, ace, couple of clubs.
Dingus got a couple clubs. Ace 8 for
Yeah,
Steve.
Danielson picking up top 2 pair. And same with Steve with top 2 pair with the ace 8.
9 calls.
Now, none of it's the Undertaker. It has to be ace 8 of spades to have the Undertaker.
Yeah.
That gives you a slight edge.
Jamal was talking about that hand quite a bit on Tuesday night because OG John was playing, and of course OG John played that ace 8 against him rather well the last time they were playing against each other. Being politically correct, aren't I?
Right. And there's a 5 of clubs on the turn.
6 checks.
Now they both have ace queen. They both have ace 8. I mean, there's just Steve has got now 3 pair with his aces 8 and his 5, and he's going to bet that out.
You see, that's why he has a little slight advantage. He's pretty much free rolling to a full house.
Yeah, I think that club kind of shut things down for Daniel.
And Steve with the aggression there.
Yeah.
Look at that. Super satellites, regular satellites. We got it all. Tuesday, May 30th at 6 p.m. for our Super Satellites. Friday, June 2nd at 6 p.m. $80 buy-in. Then on June 3rd at 1 p.m. $425 buy-in. 1 re-entry only for 100. 30K starting stacks. 25-minute levels. Late entry until the start of level 9. 1 main event package for every $12,500 in the prize pool. Remaining prize pool awarded as cash prizes. So much going on at the reserve, Vic.
Yes, there is. And if this screen isn't up there long enough for you to write all this down, you can always go to the reservepoker.com and see what our schedule it looks like for these events, as well as all of our daily events.
Oh, man.
The schedule on the reservepoker.com will go out typically 7 days, so you can see and plan your poker playing schedule with ours. We've got an $80,000 starting stack tournament tonight, and that tournament has a little twist to it, and that there's only 1 rebuy within the first 8 rounds. 15-minute blinds. That started around 6:10 tonight. Mr. Jacobs, small blind. There is a button straddle. Back to Hold'em. Daniel now with the ace-2. He's going to raise it to 60. Steve does have quite a range, but that's not in there, I don't think. The 9-2 offsuit. Back over to Mr. Black's Queen Deuce. Trying to see if he wants to.
It was inviting.
He was inviting. He put the straddle out there on the button, and he's trying to decide whether he wants to.
Hit 20 in.
Protect that.
You only got to call 30, but then again, it's Queen Deuce. It's kind of like, no thanks. You know, I'm going to let it go. When you're wearing sunglasses like that, you have a professional manner, and it is all business, no play. Mr. Black proves that once again. The party is over, folks. Beard game strong, sunglass game strong, backwards hat.
Got another button straddle coming on here. Daniel on the big blind needs 5 to complete, and he does with his Queen 10 offsuit. Now Popeye with pocket 9s.
7 raises 45.
Makes it to makes the bet 50.
Make it $1 million if he wants to.
Adam was just back in PLO mode for a second. They brought him back.
Mine's on PLO. It's 10 folded, 1 raises to 150.
Now a raise for Mr. Black with the ace-queen offsuit.
All right, get after it,
150.
Popeye.
Is anyone getting any food?
You
Back
might
to-
be getting a dancing partner, Vic.
Art helper.
There we go. Heads up action here. Ace-queen versus 9.
Four, three, jack, couple of spades.
Anyone get any food, Jim, you know of?
Nobody's in love with this one.
No. But he did make the pre-flop raise. He's going to keep the pressure on.
Usually orders some pizza at the break.
Someone was going to, Alva went in, but the old lady said she'll bring some.
Guessing Popeye's going to let this go.
At the same time, there's a tweeter. You know, you
He
got pocket nines. If you're putting them on ace king, ace queen.
Yep. No.
If you're going to
He's
see
gonna
one
call.
pink card, the jack is probably the one you want to see.
Yeah.
There's a 10. Does give each player a flush draw now. Also, Mr. Black has a gut shot to Broadway along with 2 overs. And he's betting it like he has it. Wow. Aggression pays off. Mr. Black, like I said, business, not pleasure.
That's right.
You guys hear the play. And speaking of business, you want to know what's some good business when you work all week? When you just, the man owns you, you're working 40, 50 hours, and you need a little bit of time to just say, hey, what about me? What about my time? Well, folks, 3rd Street Cigars Smoking Lounge is the place you need to check out.
Absolutely.
It's in Waterville, Ohio. It's a full retail cigar lounge with public and private smoking lounges, wide range of beers, bourbons, scotches, you name it, they got it. Private lounge with 24/7, 365-day access with your own private humidified locker, wide variety of premium cigars, inviting atmosphere, friendly staff, and very welcoming. Public lounge has 2 70-inch TVs. Private lounge has 3 65-inch TVs. So if you got the game on, you want to relax, this is the place to be. And they have a room for private business meetings and private events. You get a free Toledo brand cigar when you go there if you just mention the Reserve Poker Room. That's simple.
Yeah.
So guys, I'm telling you, check out 3rd Street in Waterville, Ohio. I'm going to be attempting to go in there either this Monday or the Monday after Memorial Day. I am going to try to go this Monday, though. It's just not set in stone. You got to see. I have some plans, and I'm going to see how it goes. Got to play that one by ear.
We got heads up action here between Steve and Richie Rich.
It's 15.
And Rich did hit an 8 out of his 10-8 against the 7s. Going to take that pot down. Got a question here from Bob Kaminsky. Is the $80 WSOP buy-in for the June 3rd? I'm not tracking what he's asking there.
The Super Satellite?
The $80, let me look on the schedule here so I can.
I was hoping you just missed an open-ender or something there and just go.
Yeah, that's the Super Satellite, the $80
Well,
buy-in.
we had the
There it
six
is.
and
Yep,
78.
that's a Super Satellite. Yep, $80 buy-in. Tuesday, May 30th. Friday, June 3rd, June 2nd. $30,000 starting stack. 15-minute levels. 1 seat awarded into the main event satellite, which is June 3rd. So yes, the answer to that is
I always try to
yes.
count on hitting the 7.
so 1 seat for every $425 in the prize pool.
Dingus with Ace King, making it 30 to go.
2 chances.
Danielson
2 chances at
defending
that
the button with the Jack 9,
Steve with the Dorothy. He's going to let that go.
a.k.a. Miss Jackson, artist formerly known. We got a 7-8-3 all spades coming out there. Dingus flopping the best of it. Danielson does have 2 overs with a gut shot straight draw. But yeah, he's not in love with it. He's going to let it go.
So yeah, 2 attempts, 2 chances in that satellite. Tuesday, May 30th. So that's the day after Memorial Day, and then Friday, June 2nd.
Well, there's 3rd Street.
Nice pictures.
Yep, the Super Satellite. And then we got a regular satellite.